So hi there again everyone, this is again Allan and welcome back to my watercolor channel. Today I am gonna be having my first impressions on Schmincke very interesting watercolor line, and that is the Super Granulation watercolor sets. And they currently have 45 colors, yes 45 colors. I know they've only advertised 40 colors, but they also released a special edition or a limited edition set for Jackson's Art, and that is the haze colors with 5 colors, and that adds to the 40, so now we have 45 colors. So without further ado, let's go. I got these sets in Europe with the help of a friend, and each set contains 5 colors, 15 ml each, and each set is around $80 or roughly 4,000 Philippine pesos. They also have 5 ml sets, and the cost is roughly around half of it. 15 ml individual tubes are also sold, and each tube costs around $18 or less than 900 Philippine pesos. That's comparable to Daniel Smith's Series 3. And also, by the way, I bought these with my own money. I'm not sponsored. Anyway, I am gonna be hand pouring these paints in half pans, and I'm gonna be making them available at my Shopee store for the Filipino artists who would like to try these paints out. I'll be putting all the useful links where you can buy them and also the website at the description box, so please check them out. So now let's check out their individual packaging. So for this particular set, they place the tubes in a very protective and sturdy wooden box, and I really appreciate it with all the hinges. Let's open because they're still wrapped in plastic to protect our tubes. So this is the very beautiful box. We have here the logo, and I'm very happy with this because I can also use this for my half pans maybe, or for storing other Schmincke products. So here we have an information sheet. We have here, of course, the logo. We have here Horadam Aquarel, Finest Artist Watercolors. We have here a beautiful watercolor painting, and it says here 5 by 15 ml Super Granulation Forest. And on this side, we have the colors that are included in this particular set. And at the back, we have here some information. So here they provided their company name, the address and the contact number, the website and the email of Schmincke. And they also recognize here the artwork by Anna Zadoroshnaya. You know, I just can't stop appreciating their box. Look at how they produced or printed the logo. Is this printed or this is like burnt? I think it's burnt. So now let's check out an individual tube. So this is a 15 ml tube. This is an aluminum tube, of course, and we have here plastic cap. It says here Horadam Aquarel. We have here the color code, and 3 here is the series number. We have here the stars, which indicate the light fastness rating. We have here the staining level and the transparency rating, and we have the color names here in different languages. So this is Forest Gray, Super Granulation. We have here the logo, and it says here 15 ml. And at the back, we have here the company information. We also have here the pigment codes. So here we have PBR7, PG50, and PBK11. Here now are all our Super Granulation tubes. They're just so beautiful and so satisfying to look at. I don't want to use them anymore. And also, before we proceed, I believe you'd also like to compare our Schmincke tubes against the other brands' sizes. So here we have 5 ml from Core. We also have 7 ml from Isaro. We also have 10 ml from Van Gogh. Then we have 14 ml from Winsor & Newton. We have 15 ml from Da Vinci and an 18 ml from Old Holland. And of course, for our swatches in sample painting, I'm using Arches 185 cold pressed cotton paper as always. And for my brushes, I have here Nevskaya Palitra Kolinsky for my round brush, and my Da Vinci Maestro Tobolsky Kolinsky number 6 for my flat brush. So to make our swatching faster, I'm gonna be tapping down our paints on our swatches. It is not my first time to use Schmincke, and it is quite common for some colors to, to have a binder pigment separation. But I'm able to manage it by mixing it with the use of a toothpick or a needle. So this is how you do it, and I'm fine with that. Now we are done dotting down our paints. Let's begin swatching. So for our first row, I have here the volcano set. And the first color is Volcano Yellow using PY159. PY159 is not usually seen in sets or brands, but I believe it's available at Winsor & Newton. We cannot easily see the granulation because this is a light color. Volcano Orange uses PY159 and PR108. PR108 is Cadmium Red. Next is Volcano Red using PR108. So as I've observed in this entire line, 45 colors, only 2 are using single pigments, and that's the Volcano Yellow and Volcano Red. In other brands, PR108 is not known to be granulating. Next color is Volcano Violet using PV62 and PR108. Again, this is Cadmium Red with a PV62. I think this is a rare pigment. It's an apatite, and if you want this solo color, they are available at Schmincke with the name Cobalt Violet Hue. Our last color in Volcano is Volcano Brown using PR108 and PBK11. PBK11 is Mars Black in Schmincke. This is also a very granulating black. Now next is the Desert set, and the first color is Desert Yellow using PY159 PBR7. PY159 is really not a very strong color. Next we have Desert Orange using PY159 again, and now this time with PBR33. In Schmincke it's Mahogany Brown. Mahogany Brown is a very granulating brown color. Now for Desert Brown, we have here 3 pigments, PY159, PR108, and PBK11. Now for Desert Green, I'm not seeing green here. It's a greenish gray, and that is because of the combination of PR108 and PG26. You can see the 2 colors are separating, and this is a gorgeous color. Now Desert Gray is combination of PY159 and PBK11. This is a warm gray. Now we go to the Galaxy row. Well, PBR33 is Mahogany Brown in Schmincke, and PV16 is Manganese Violet, and these 2 are just really good together. Next is Galaxy Violet using PB29 and PR233. PR233 is Potter's Pink, and PB29 is of course Ultramarine. Both colors are naturally very granulating, so I'm expecting also a very beautiful granulating color here. Now our next color is Galaxy Blue. So far this is the most lively, most vibrant color. Yeah, so far it uses PJ50 and PB29, and I think that the brightness of this color is because of PJ50, which is a cobalt turquoise or teal. Next we have here Galaxy Brown using PBR6 and PV62. And last in this set is Galaxy Black using PB29 and PBK11. So yeah, it's like a granulating Payne's Gray, also like a Soda Light Genuine from Daniel Smith. Now we are here in the Tundra line, and the first color is Tundra Orange using PR233. PBR7 and PY43. So the cost of granulation for this color is of course PR233, the Potter's Pink. Next is Tundra Pink using PB29 and PR233. The Tundra Pink has the same formula as Galaxy Violet, but obviously the Tundra Pink is redder or pinker. It's because of PR233. Now for Tundra Violet, we have here PB29 and PBR6. This does look like moon glow, but in the separation of colors, you'll see, yeah, obviously blue and brown. Now we have here Tundra Blue using PB29 and PBR7. The mixture of colors or pigments is like that of Jane's Gray, and we are expecting it to have a gray color, but no, we have here still a blue color, and that is probably because there is more PB29. Next we have here Tundra Green, and so far I think this is the most opaque. And I think that is because it uses PG19. PG19 is not a common pigment in watercolor brands, and it is cobalt green pure in Schmincke, but I love this color. Now we go to Deep Sea set, and the first color is Deep Sea Violet using PB29 and PBR33. Very similar to Tundra Violet, but the separation of colors in Tundra Violet is more obvious. Next we have Deep Sea Indigo. It uses PG18, which we all know is the genuine Viridian, and PV62. Now you can see how the two pigments are separating, but it's also amazing that we are able to see a blue color with a combination of violet and green. But yeah, that's also understandable because blue is in between violet and green color in the color wheel, so they may produce a close to blue color. Next is Deep Sea Blue using PG50 and PB29. This looks like the Galaxy Blue, but yeah, I think this is a bit warmer. Next is Deep Sea Green using PB29 and PG18. So we are expecting a turquoise color here. Next is Deep Sea Black. PB74 is Cobalt Blue Deep, PB11 is Mars Black, PB35 is Cerulean Blue. In the separation of colors, you'll see the blues coming out. Next we go to Glacier set. We start with Glacier Blue using PB29 and PG50. So it's the same formula as the Galaxy Blue, but this one has got more PB29 because it's warm. It looks like a cobalt blue. Now we have here Glacier Turquoise using PG50 and PV16, and I'm not yet seeing PV16, but I'm sure it's gonna show in the separation of colors, which is now becoming more evident. Yes, I see now the separation of PV16, but not so strong. Now we have here Glacier Green using PG50 and PR233. So that's turquoise, cobalt, and potter's pink. This is not a new combination. I see these a lot in other artists, and this is just, you know, a very beautiful combination because the two are really strong granulating colors. Next is Glacier Brown using PBR6 and PG26. You can see how the cobalt green dark or PG26 is so opaque because it's dominating this color when it comes to opacity. So we need to put really more water to bring out its beauty and granulation. Next is Glacier Black using PB35 and PBK11. PB35 is Cerulean Blue, genuine. So now it's still not showing, but when we add more water, that's when you see the blue pigment separating, but still it looks dominantly black. Now we go to Shire set. And we start with Shire Yellow using PY159 and PV62. It's amazing how it looks like a greenish yellow with the addition of PV62, because PV62 looks like ultramarine violet. It's a bluish violet. Now we have Shire Olive using PY159 again and PB35. PB35 is a very granulating color, but still a gentle blue. So we have a very light or pale yellow-green color here. Not a fan of these two. The next color is Shire Green using PY159 and PG18. So this is also light color, but I can see the granulation and separation of PY159 and PG18. Next is Shire Blue using PY129, PB29, and PG26. Now this is a stronger color and I love it because the separation is just so obvious. And then we have Shire Gray using PY129 and PB74, Cobalt Blue Dark or Deep, and PBK11. So this is a nice gray, very light, and yeah, just easy to use. Now we go to our forest set, and the first color is Forest Olive using PBR7, PY43, and PG18. It's like a combination of Serpentine and Green Apatite from Daniel Smith Primatech. Next is Forest Green using PG19 and PBR33. Yeah, the ever rare PG19, but it's Cobalt Green Pure in Schmincke. In case you're interested, you may try this pigment out. Next is Forest Blue using PB36 and PBK11. PB36 is a cooler version of cerulean blue mixed with black, so this is a cool gray. Next we have here Forest Brown using PBR7, PY43, and PG26. But this does not look brown, and you can understand the domination of green appearance because it has PG26, which is a dark bluish green, and PY43. So when you mix it, you get this mid-green color mixed with brown, so it's muted. Now we have here Forest Gray using PG50, PBR7, and PBK11. And down to our last set, we have here the Haze, the limited edition set dedicated for Jackson's art. So the first color is, wow, this is nice, PR233 PB36 Haze Pink. Next is Haze Blue using PY43, PB29, and PBR7. It's interesting how PY43 is obviously separating from the blue pigment. Next we have here Haze Indigo, and this is quite strong. It uses PB29, PG26, and PBR33. All are really strong pigments, but the separation is just so obvious. Next is Haze Brown using PBR7 and PBK11. So this is obviously dark brown. And finally, for our last color, we have here Haze Black using PBK11, PG36, and PBR33. This is a warm gray, and yeah, I like this gray. So far, it's one of my favorite grays here. So now, while we are waiting for our swatches to dry, let's now proceed to our sample painting. I know these are a lot of colors. We have 45 colors here, and choosing only few colors for our sample painting will not, speak for the rest of our colors. So for that, I believe I should be doing an individual review of the set. What do you think? Please let me know. But of course, for tradition, for our sample painting in this video, I am gonna be using the following colors. So here I have Volcano Yellow, Volcano Red, Glacier Blue, Tundra Pink, and Haze Indigo. I tried to select one color from each of our sets, but I couldn't help but select the two, Volcano Yellow and Volcano Red from one set, which is the Volcano set, because these are primary colors. So yeah, allow me to use these two. So let's start. Now both the sample painting and the swatches are finally dry. You can now have a closer look. So now let's discuss. First, I'd like to mention my favorite colors here. So my favorites have dots. It's the volcano red. I also love the desert green, the galaxy pink, the tundra orange and tundra pink, and also the tundra violet. The deep sea violet is also good, as well as the deep sea indigo, deep sea black. I love them also. Also the glacier blue and glacier green. In the Shire, I love the Shire blue. In the forest, I love the forest blue and also the forest brown. And in haze, my favorites are the haze pink and haze blue. As expected, the colors are mostly muted due to the multiple pigments and the addition of earth pigments in many of the colors. The sets have a unified theme that is obvious to most of the sets. For example, the volcano, they're all warm colors. The desert are earth colors. The deep sea and the glacier are more on the cool blues and violets. The Shire and the forest are all on the green side, while the haze are grays. Most of the colors granulate really well as expected because they're super granulation set, of course, but some don't show much granulation, especially some of the colors having the PY159. I guess it's not easy to see the granulation in yellow colors. Some colors are semi-opaque, which is also expected due to the presence of some naturally opaque pigments such as the cobalts and the cadmiums. But these paints are especially to be appreciated in light washes, so you need not to worry much about opacity. When it comes to the movements of the paints, no, they don't move that much. They need help, and that is totally fine with me because I love helping my paints move. Although Schmincke paints have no issue when it comes to mixing, I don't think these paints are meant for excessive mixing because they can be used by themselves because they're already made out of multiple pigments. The pigment selection of the super granulation set is fantastic. The light fastness is from very good to excellent. Now for the chalky test, let's rub a sheet of napkin or tissue paper, and if we get colors, then this might be a sign that these are chalky or a sign that they're not adhering to the paper well. So no, we don't get any marks here, so these paints are not chalky. Now for the comparison portion, let me set these clear first. These are specialty watercolors. These are not traditional hues or colors. They're muted and granulated, so comparing it with other sets, I think is not gonna be very fair. But for visual reference, I am gonna be comparing it with few artist grade swatches, just for visual reference. I'm not gonna be telling which is good, which is better, which is not. So yeah, let's go. So this is in no particular order, but by the way, I think a comparison to DS Primatex and other granulating colors is a good content option in the future. What do you think? So let's begin with the Mongyo, the Isaro, the Paul Rubens floral set, the Rembrandt, the Micello, the White Knights, the Daniel Smith, the Holbein Botanical, and the A. Gallo Honey watercolors. As you can see, all the other artist grade paints that we compared against the super granulation set are all more vibrant, more alive. As I've said, it is expected because these paints or these colors from the super granulation are somewhat muted because of the pigment properties. If you are gonna ask me would I recommend the super granulation watercolor sets of Schmincke Horadam, of course I'm gonna answer yes. Schmincke is a reputable brand. They're very good, they are top notch. I have no issues using them. They perform really well. But you have to also remember that this is a specialty set of colors. I am suggesting you to have a basic set first before having these. But you know, this can actually work as a basic set as it has some primary colors, but it can also give you challenges because the red is limited to only a warm red here, and the blues are not single pigment. So those are the limiting factors in using the super granulation watercolors as a basic set. But if you are gonna push on using only these colors in your paintings, I'm sure there will be challenges, but I'm also sure that you will be making some interesting thematic series of works. I know you are gonna exhibit instant moods and atmosphere and also character in your work, and that is so exciting. If you're from the Philippines and you'd like to try these paints out, please do visit my Shopee store. There I have some hand-poured paints in half pans, and also I have some 5ml sets. Again, this has been Allan. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel to show support. Again, thank you for watching and see you on the next video. Bye-bye!